Good morning, greetings, friends, and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I use nutritional supplements where other health care practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and sometimes deadly medical procedures if you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and vitality and well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin. You have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health challenge. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 33 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes, hypertension, obesity, skin diseases like acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system, it's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis, and while some folks may call that healing, renewing, regenerating system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, if you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we are here for you on The Bright Side. We welcome your phone calls, 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll get your calls in our next segment. We have a guest coming up. At the bottom of the hour, John Taylor is the founder and the CEO of NWC Naturals and an expert in the field of probiotics. He has he's going to be talking to us about CBD and pets. That's a different angle, a different take on CBD. It turns out that pets benefit from CBD in a similar fashion to people. CBD can help pets for pain. They can help pets particularly for seizure disorders. CBD is really, all cannabinoids really, that's where they excel, is in helping stabilize brain energy or brain electricity for folks who have seizure disorders. Well, it turns out the same thing is true about pets. Pets also benefit from CBD's anti-inflammatory effects, for its heart health effects, for its appetite effects. CBD is amazing stuff for anything that's alive. Why? Because CBD is a fundamental, or the cannabinoids in general, are fundamental molecules for life, for all life. Endocannabinoids are fundamental molecules for all life. And the only rationale for avoiding the power of cannabinoids for good health is just politics and ignorance and fear. Politics, ignorance, and fear. That's the only reason why we don't leverage the power of cannabinoids. But the fact of the matter is the stuff works, and it is inevitable that CBD and cannabinoids in general will be available. Hopefully not only available through drug companies, because the stuff at the end of the day grows out of the earth, but one way or another, cannabinoids are going to be part of the pharmacopoeia, because the stuff is amazing. And as it turns out, it's amazing for pets as well as for people. We're going to talk to John Taylor about the CBD craze as it regards your dogs and cats and probably hamsters and guinea pigs and rats too. 844-236-6010 is our number on The Bright Side. If you have questions about longevity products, the longevity business, formulations, ingredients, something you may have heard about or read about, we're here for you at 844-236-6010. If you want to purchase longevity products, call 866-735-2470 or go to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. And if you want to purchase our Truth Skin Health products, truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. Never any preservatives, fragrances, fillers, waxes, emulsifiers, water, silicone oil, nothing your skin doesn't need or doesn't want. You shouldn't have to pay for water. That's why I developed True Skin Health products, is so you could get active ingredients. In the pharmacy, when I was compounding skincare products, I wasn't using emulsifiers, and I wasn't using preservatives, and I wasn't using water and silicone and oil. I was just providing active materials for the skin, and that's how I created my wound healing formulas. And True Skin Health products is the same formulations that I was dispensing in my pharmacy for wound healing, repurposed for anti-aging and for wrinkles and for moisturization and beautification. Because at the end of the day, it's the same thing. Healing and beauty go hand in hand. Health and beauty go hand in hand. We all want to be beautiful. We all want our skin to be beautiful. We want our bodies to be beautiful. But it's not a beauty issue. It's a health issue. You get a beautiful body from good health. You get beautiful skin from good skin health. This is when you think about it, it's completely obvious. You can't have a beautiful body if you're not healthy, and you can't have beautiful skin if the tissue is not healthy. To try to deal with beauty before you deal with health when it comes to the skin is putting the cart before the horse. If you're wondering how can I leverage topical skincare for health, go to truthtreatments.com. That's what we're all about. Truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. All right, so we've been talking about the hormone estrogen. And there is a major relationship between good skin health and estrogen. When you're young, you have lots of juicy estrogen, and estrogen acts as a water-trapping hormone. When you're older, you got less estrogen, and you don't trap water as effectively. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you can take estrogen like a drug. That's not how hormones work. You can't just take a hormone like it's a nutritional supplement or like it's a drug. It doesn't work that way. Hormones are interactive. They interact with the digestive system. They interact with the brain. When it comes to the skin, they interact with the external environment and with foods that we're ingesting. I am amazed every day on an hourly basis, on a minute-by-minute basis about the silly things we believe when it comes to our skin. I did a short video. By the way, I'm doing short videos in the morning, every morning. I'm going to try and do them every morning. I started this week, and they're posted on my Facebook page, the Truth Treatments Facebook page, and our Truth Treatments Instagram page. We're posting what I call a morning moment of truth, which is about 60 to 90 seconds of me talking about a subject. There's so much I got to talk about. I don't get to talk about it on the program, everything I want to talk about, and sometimes I read things I want to share with you guys. So anyway, today I did if you want to sign up for the morning moment of truth, every morning get yourself a little video, a little 90 second, 30 to 90 second, 60 to 90 second video. Go to send an email to support@truthtreatments.com. Support@truthtreatments.com. Tell them you want to be put on the mailing list or the text list. I'm not sure if we're going to do it by email or by text. So include your phone number and your email, and we'll put you on the list. Today I did a talk on, not a talk, but about a minute or so on under-eye circles. This is a classic example of the silly things. Under-eye circles are a classic example, or the treatment of under-eye circles is a classic example of our misunderstanding of the skin. By the way, doctors call under-eye circles ICHOR, I-C-H-O-R. Idiopathic cutaneous hyperchromia of the orbital region. I love that. Idiopathic cutaneous hyperchromia at the orbital region, ICHOR. And that's the doctor term, the dermatologist term for under-eye circles. Under-eye circles come and go. This is the hardest thing this is why under-eye circles are such a mystery. You can't really research under-eye circles. You know why? Because they come and go. They're transient. Under-eye circles are not a permanent condition, or if they are, they're semi-permanent. Or I shouldn't say it, because sometimes they're permanent. For the most part, they're semi-permanent, or they come and go. And so they can't really do research on them, these under-eye circles. Well, when something comes and goes, when something flares, that tells you that you're doing something periodically. So you just backtrack the flare. What's the most important way we interfere with our body's chemistry periodically? Or what's the major way we disturb or disrupt the body's biochemistry periodically, where you will get flares? Obviously, it's food and it's eating. And it turns out that under-eye circles are related to the digestive system. They're a blood problem. Under-eye circles are a blood problem. They're not a skin problem. In just 10 seconds of examination and a little bit of brain power, a little bit of logic will tell you that. So you can't get creams for under-eye circles, but yet it's not a skin problem. But yet we have companies marketing under-eye circle creams. I get, every month I get a letter or a note about a company, from a company who's got a new under-eye herb that I can put in my cream, in my formulations for under-eye circles. It doesn't happen. That doesn't work. But yet we still believe these things. The skincare world is so filled with nonsense, wrong ideas, bad ideas, mythology, old information, disinformation, manipulative information. It is unbelievably misunderstood, this organ called the skin. And I made it my personal mission to help people understand the skin, understand how to use and how to leverage the power of topical skincare products, which indeed you can do. All right, truthtreatments.com is our website, and I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back right after this. Okay, we are back on The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Got a guest coming up at the bottom of the hour. John Taylor is going to be talking to us about CBD, cannabidiol for pets. We've been talking about cannabidiol for a long time. I've been talking about the endocannabinoids for decades. I first learned about them in the 1980s. But with all the news about news and promotion and marketing about cannabidiol and CBD, you don't really hear about it for pets very often. But it makes perfect sense. We're going to talk to John Taylor about how you can use CBD for your pets at the bottom of the hour. And we'll get your phone calls this segment, 844-236-6010. Real quickly, I know we got a lot of folks who want to talk to us here. Real quickly, there was an interesting article I want to share with you on amyloid plaques and sleep deprivation. It turns out that when we don't sleep, we don't clear our brain out of toxins. The brain is constantly clearing out toxins like any other system of the body, like any other organ of the body. The brain has its own sewage circulatory system, trash circulatory system, toxin circulatory system, lymph system. It's called the glymph, the GLYMPH, glymphatic system. And this is a system in the brain that clears out toxins, including amyloid plaques. If you follow Alzheimer's disease news, if you know anything about Alzheimer's disease, you know that amyloid plaques are associated with the disease. I've said this for years. I've said this since I first found out about it in pharmacy school. Amyloid plaques, all fibrosis, which is a hallmark, common denominator sign of all chronic degenerative diseases, fibrosis, amyloids, and plaques, etc. They're the sign of damage and toxicity. Amyloid plaques, you can't have a vaccine against amyloid plaques. They want to do a vaccine. You've got to support the detoxification of these amyloid plaques and the general detoxification, and also the building of tissue. It's the same thing. Alzheimer's disease is arthritis of the brain, period. And it turns out that one night of sleep deprivation can cause amyloid to accumulate. So you got to sleep. This is why sleep is so important. The brain, for dementia, for everybody, but especially if you're dealing with or want to prevent dementia. The brain heals, recovers, detoxifies during sleep. Even naps are important. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to New Orleans and say good morning to our friend Barry. What's up, Barry? How you doing today?
Yes. Good morning. Yes.
Good morning.
I just want to quickly say how much I enjoy listening to you, and especially your emphasis on critical thinking. I really think you're really just doing such a great service to the public.
Thank you, Barry. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
what's going on today?
Yeah, my questions I want to ask first in regards to orals, because I don't mess with any orals, and I try to help a friend of mine, tell him what to eat, not to eat, and he's telling me, I was telling him, you shouldn't, for sure, cooking those orals, and he's telling me, this has not been proven. So I want to know.
Okay, all right. So let's talk about chemistry. You said a few very important things, and I want to address a couple of them. First of all, the idea that you need proof and the idea that you need scientific evidence and clinical research and where are the studies is the world of studies is the world of the biochemically ignorant. And I say that because it just ticks me off when I hear medical professionals talk about, not so much lay people, lay people can be forgiven, but medical professionals saying, I need to see clinical studies. And I hear it all the time. If you know biochemistry and how biochemistry works, you'll know that when you heat an oil, it becomes unstable and it breaks down. It becomes free radicalized. The energy from the heat knocks off electrons and you get free radicals, period. You don't need a study to understand this. free radicals can be a source of damage. Now, free radicals have some roles to play in health. It's not that cut and dry. Nonetheless, you don't want to be ingesting a lot of free radical energy. It's not a good thing, especially what are called lipid peroxides. That means fatty free radicals. Lipid means fat. Peroxides is a type of free radical. They're not good. You don't need to study. Okay, now your friend can be forgiven. Fine, if he can do whatever he wants. I never try to convince anybody to do anything. To let him do what he wants to do. Now that I've said that about oils, we got to understand that there's good things in oils. Macadamia nut oil, for example, is loaded with wonderful fats and nutrients, including vitamin E. I mean, it seems tragic to me. The monounsaturated fats in olive oil are very valuable. It seems tragic to me to just say no oils. Now, I know I'm going against the grain with a lot of folks, the no oil folks. I understand. I'm giving you my position. There's no book. There's no 10 commandments. There's no official designation of what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Everybody's giving you their own opinion. I'm giving you my opinion. Other people have their opinions. My opinion is respect the oil. Don't heat it. Use it fresh. Keep it cold. Keep it away from light and away from oxygen. Protect it. And don't let it sit around. I mean, just be respectful of the oil. But it just seems tragic to me to avoid using oils when they have so many wonderful things in them. Barry, I got a bunch of calls I want to get. I hope that's clear because I get this question a lot, because a lot of folks in longevity, including Dr. Wallach, are like, no oils. That's not my take on it. You're going to have to make your own opinion. But that's my take is don't respect the oil. Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. There's good things in oil. Elaine, what's going on? Elaine in Alaska.
Hey,
I just heard yesterday that you're now a Truth treatment outlet, and people can get Truth treatments. Thank you. I appreciate that. So now we're in Alaska.
Yes.
Truth Treatments is in Alaska, and I love Alaska. I might have to come out there and do a talk in Alaska because I am a fan.
That would be definitely.
Not in the winter time, though.
No.
We'll wait till spring. Is it already winter up there?
We have a little white stuff on the ground this morning. It's beautiful.
Okay. All right. So what's going on? I only have about a minute and a half. I want you to have everything.
Yeah. Just if you can clarify why the flaxseed and chia seed is good because of the whole lectin component and then the estrogen component.
Yeah, they're phytoestrogens. So there's a couple things. I don't know if I could get to all in a minute, but I'll try and be quick. Phytoestrogens, plant estrogens, as we've said so many times, estrogen is made everywhere. Plants make estrogens. These are weak estrogens, and they have an ability to kind of block the estrogen receptor from strong estrogens. And so it's thought that phytoestrogens are protective, even though they're estrogenic. And I think a good case can be made for that. So the phytoestrogens in flax may be protective against the toxic estrogens. I don't know if for sure either way, but that's the logic. Then the lectins, yes, they're problematic, but they're not problematic for everybody. Lectins are plant defense molecules, and it's interesting how everybody's talking about them now. I learned about them in pharmacy school. We learned a lot of things about nutrition that are common knowledge today or becoming common knowledge today in the 1980s, and we learned about lectins. Gluten is the classic example of a plant defense molecule that can disrupt human and animal biochemistry. And there are other lectins, and flax is definitely, seeds are loaded with lectins because nature doesn't want its seeds eaten, so it protects its seeds with these chemicals. So flax seeds are a source of lectins. Not everybody's going to have that problem. Again, it's like with the oils. You don't want to just throw out the baby with the bathwater. If you try the flax, if you can use it, it becomes a great food for you. And as I said yesterday, it's loaded with minerals, got great vitamins, and it's a wonderful source of protein. So it just seems tragic to me to throw out the baby with the bathwater. And you can always sprout and ferment your seeds. Those are both great ways to take advantage of seeds if you have a problem with the lectins. Elaine, I got to go. I'm Pharmacist Ben.
Are you
Okay, we are back on the bright side. I am Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for joining us. We're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time, 24/7 on the archive page at brightsideben.com. You can find longevity products at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com. That's also a blog. And criticalhealthnews.com. I've got a blog there, too, as well as videos and lots of news stories and helpful information, as well as the longevity products. And join the team now, link that you can click on if you want to join the Brightside Ben team. brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com. WFN.com and criticalhealthnews.com. And don't forget to take a look at our skin health products at truthtreatments.com. Never any preservatives, fragrances, fillers, waxes, emulsifiers, silicone oil, water, nothing your skin doesn't need or doesn't want ever in any of our True Skin Health products. 100% active and functional pharmacist-formulated skincare. All right, I'm excited to have our next guest on. John Taylor is he's the founder and CEO of NWC Naturals, and he's also an author. Has written on probiotics, and today we're going to talk about one of my all-time favorite subjects, as you know, is cannabidiol and the endocannabinoids, CBD. But we haven't really talked about it from the angle that John is going to be talking to us about it, and that is CBD and pets, and how CBD can be helpful for your pets. John, what's going on, my man?
Good morning, Ben. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for being here. So we talk about CBD a lot on this program, and I've been studying CBD and the cannabinoids since the 1980s, believe it or not. In pharmacy school, we learned about CBD, and I know it's good for all kinds of stuff. I always tell people it's the new aspirin, and in 100 years, they're going to be treating it like we treat aspirin today. But we never talk about it for pets, and I was very intrigued by the angle you're taking here. So tell us a little bit, first of all, tell us a little bit about your impressions and your take on CBD, and then we'll get into how you can use it for pets.
Well, I consider myself, a natural doctor, but I'm pretty conservative, and I really have to have good logic to understand why I would want to take something. Something just because it's from nature doesn't mean it's always good. Death cat mushrooms, don't eat them; they're not good for you.
Right.
But CBD has proven to me time and time again that it kind of meets my strict criteria for meaning it's a natural necessity. That if you can not have something in your diet and there's a consequence, something goes wrong, and you put that back into your diet and the consequence goes away, then that's really kind of proof to me that it's making a difference in your life. And we are doing more and more research now with the whole endocannabinoid system and how to nourish it and how to get it to operate correctly. While it's not a cure for everything, it affects so many parts of our body. I am excited with the upcoming research that's coming out, and the product that I have brought out has been doing a lot of good for a lot of humans, but also for their pets.
Now, I want to get into how you can specifically use it for pets, but I was also very intrigued. Not only do we talk a lot about CBD in this program, we talk about the digestive system a lot. I know your first book is The Wonder of Probiotics. Is there a relationship between the two? To getting into was it a complete departure from your ordinary angle or focus or approach to go into CBD, or is there some kind of relationship between the digestive system, probiotics, and CBD? I'm just wondering that.
There actually is a connection. The bacteria biome in our gut is a very complex living organism. There are more bacteria in our gut than there are cells in our body. It's incredible. And there is a communication. There's a body-mind connection with the gut. Well, now we're tying this into what the endocannabinoid system is, and I tell my people when I'm lecturing, it's kind of like little radio towers all around the body. And their job is to communicate with the body for inflammation, appetite, proper sleep, stress levels, etc. When those radio towers don't have enough power to broadcast properly, that's a problem. When we nourish them with taking cannabinoids from either from vegetables, fruit, or hemp, of course, is the most fantastic source for it, those systems start to wake up and start to communicate better. So this is why we have appetite improving, we have stress release, we have better, deeper sleep, faster recovery, immune system. The gut, in the bacterial sense, also communicates with the rest of the body these same kind of functions. We're yet to find out the whole way that they intertwine, but I'm sure that they do because this is the complex body that we are walking around in.
So there's a relationship between endocannabinoids and digestive system signaling, if you will. How the digestive system communicates this message, its needs, to the rest of the body. There's an endocannabinoid connection or a cannabinoid connection.
Exactly, because the best way I feel to get them in our body is to consume them. I know we've learned about it early on when people would actually smoke marijuana, which is, of course, got the THC that you don't need. It's not in the hemp, but when you get in there, but I still prefer consuming it. So if you do a 100% broad spectrum or full spectrum hemp extract, and you control it to getting how much CBD you're getting, deliver it in a hemp seed oil, and you take this orally, there is going to be a connection between how it is brought in through the body, in through the gut wall. We know it's getting into our bloodstream. We know it's having an effect. So the job of a lot of the bacteria is to keep out of the bloodstream things that shouldn't go in there. But we know the hemp and the CBD is getting in, so we're feeling that it has the gatekeeper's approval, and it's allowing it to absorb and to benefit the body.
Okay, so before we get into CBD and pets, what is the exact relationship between hemp and CBD? Can you use hemp to get CBD, or are all the benefits that you get and pets get, is it strictly related to just CBD, the concentrated active ingredient?
There are, first of all, as a natural doctor, I'm trying to keep things whole food. I'm not trying to isolate. You know, they isolated ascorbic acid from what vitamin C is, from food, and they manufacture it out of corn syrup. That's not really vitamin C. You want to have everything that's in the vitamin C to make it work. I have the same feeling with CBD and hemp. There are hundreds of kinds of CBDs in the world in different food sources. There's at least a dozen or more in industrial hemp, but there's also terpenes and other components of the hemp that need to be there to have it work synergistically.
Got it.
So I'm really trying to go with a whole food approach, so it's going to be a full spectrum. There is going to be a tiny bit of THC in the full spectrum, but it's way below the legal limit. Legal limit is 0.3. The last assay I have, which I publish on every product I produce, was 0.0009. So it's almost non-detectable, but it is detectable. That tiny amount is going to synergistically work with the rest of the cannabinoids and terpenes in the hemp.
So you're going broad spectrum versus the isolate CBD. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Even more so, full spectrum. Broad spectrum will have the THC removed. Full spectrum will have it let naturally occur. It has to be, of course, low in the legal limit, but it's going to be there where broad spectrum, they actually can remove it.
Okay. All right. So we only have about 30 seconds here. So just let me introduce this real quick. We all love our pets. Some 70% of American households have pets. There's, 100 million families have one pet or some kind of pet. Pets get seizures. Pets get cancer. Pets have inflammatory issues. Pets get anxiety. I mean, pets have very similar problems that their human owners have, and CBD helps their owners. We know that. But it turns out, John, that CBD also can help pets, right?
My own dog, at the age of about 16, started having seizures. Our holistic vet said, I want you to try CBD. We did about 3 drops twice a day. Never had another seizure her entire life. That was a blessing to me and the family. But I noticed after about 2 months on being on CBD, even though she was a 16-year-old dog in good health, she was actually more playful and bouncing around and more active.
John, we got to take a break. Hold that thought. We'll come back right after this, and we'll finish up with John Taylor talking about pets and CBD. Okay, we're back with John Taylor talking about CBD oil, or as John says, full spectrum CBD with all the various terpenes and the THC. John, I didn't mean to cut you off there before you went to break. You're telling a really cool story about seizures and your dog. And as we know, as probably you know as well, seizure disorders are one of the cannabinoids' main focuses in the brain or in the body. One of the main therapeutic focuses is how CBD works with epilepsy and seizure disorders. So finish up your story, and then I want to talk some more about some of the other things that CBD can do for pets.
Great. My dog, Patty, we adopted her, it was about 17 years ago, and she lived till she was just about 17. Every stage of her life then, because she started off as the weakest puppy. She was the runt. So we kept developing products for her to help her out, a digestive enzyme and a probiotic and then a joint formula. CBD was the last thing to come along, and this was when she was 16. Like I said, 3 drops twice a day. She never had another seizure. But the big story for me was the quality of her life was so much better. She was, again, more playful, jumping around, more active. And up until the week where she passed away, she looked totally normal and totally healthy. That's great. So not degrading into oblivion just before death. She was just doing fantastic. So, and I'm taking CBD for myself again, too, but I've heard so many things from pet owners about controlling their anxiety during the 4th of July. The fireworks are going off. And it just calms them down. They can use it almost prophylactically. Do it a couple days before the 4th, and they're doing well. But the health benefits to me are so wide-reaching that I would do it every day for every pet as a maintenance.
I want everybody to recognize this. I know you know this, John. CBD is like a nutritional substance in the sense that you can suffer from CBD deficiency states. So that deficiencies in CBD can manifest as a lot of the symptoms that we just consider to be health issues. They could be CBD deficiency issues. So in that sense, CBD is almost like a nutrient. It's not a nutrient. It's a transmitter. It's a hormone, I suppose you'd say, or neurotransmitter. It's not really a vitamin or mineral. It's not an essential nutrient, but you can suffer from CBD deficiencies, and I imagine pets can suffer from CBD deficiencies as well. So when you're giving your pet CBD, John, it's correct. I'm correct in saying that you're actually replacing something that is in there, that should be in there. It's not like a foreign substance.
Exactly. This is something it's on the planet. And I tell people say, well, why hemp? Why do I have to do with hemp? The reason is that you can get a CBD from a vegetable, and it would take a truckload. I mean, a truckload to make a tiny little bottle, because there's not much CBD in that particular fruit or vegetable.
But it's everywhere. It's in lots of plants.
Hemp seems to be particularly rich in that, so you can harvest that. It grows well, and you can get a lot of CBD out of it. So it's the obvious choice to get a quality organic source of these nutrients.
Yeah, it's important to recognize it's everywhere. It's in all plants. Probably all plants make a certain amount of CBD, but the hemp plant, for whatever reason, is extremely high in the whole cannabinoid family. So seizure disorders, that's a biggie. And then anxiety, you mentioned. What else can pet owners use? What other health issues can pet owners use CBD
when my
oil
dog
for?
Patty hit 10 years of age, we give her regular vet checkups. We had a great vet here in Orange County, California. And he said she's got a little bit of arthritis developing in her spine. It's not unusual for a dog of about 10 years of age. And we actually had her completely controlled on the pain inflammation. We thought we were doing really well, but when I added CBD to her program, after about 2 months on the product, she was, again, more active, running around the backyard, more playful. So they don't know you gave them anything different. They are the greatest being honest. In other words, there is no placebo effect. They're not expecting anything. But all of a sudden they feel better and they act better. You go, wow, we can see it as our caretakers. The CBD is actually helping her general inflammation and pain, and her quality of life went up, and now she's even happier. And it's not a mental psychotropic happy. It is the fact they're out of pain. The inflammation has gone down, and they can live their life better and more effectively. And that's great. We need to take care of our animals, and this is one way that's a very safe way to do it, and I recommend it highly.
Okay, so there's always wonderful benefits: anti-anxiety, anti-inflammatory, anti-seizure. What's the downside? What's the bad news? Is there a downside, or is there bad news?
I would say the only downside is it's pricey, and I think the prices are coming down as the Farm Bill was signed into law last year, and they're planting more crops and they're getting better manufacturing. So I think the prices are going to come down. This is why with my product Core Hemp, I made it very exacting. I made it a 500 milligram CBD product in a bottle that contains exactly 500 drops. This way, it's easy. If your vet says give your dog 3 milligrams, 3 drops, you can easily measure it. If you accidentally took a squirt and you give them 20 drops, it's not going to hurt anything. But you're spending your money faster than you need to. So try to make it easily to dose, so you can control the dosing, not because of danger, but because of it's expensive. So it's high quality ones. And you see a CBD product for $10, it's not CBD. It's a little hemp seed oil, and that's all you're going to get. The real deal CBD is a bit pricier, so I tell people to start off with a small dose and work it up if you have to. But when you get to a level where you're getting the results you need, you don't have to go any further. More is not necessarily better. It does incredibly good things with incredibly small amounts.
How much what does it go for?
Retail is $79.99
for 500 drops.
We have a deal on the nwcnaturals.com website. If you buy 3 of them, you get one for free, which drops them down to about $59 a piece. And again, just dose it out carefully, and you'll have a long-term. It's got a great shelf life. You'll have a long-term benefit for your pet. You can also take it yourself. So the caretaker and the pet can share the same bottle.
That's great.
It's all human grade.
So it's 500 drops for $79 or $59. Is that right?
Yes, exactly. $79.99 for a single bottle. If you buy 3, you'll get 1 free, which will be $59 a bottle then.
And you're recommending for a pet 3 drops a day? I don't know if you recommended that. You said that for you.
It depends on the weight of the animal. Bigger the body, the more plumbing, the more product that you would need. So we're saying you want to do for dogs and cats 1 drop for every 10 pounds of body weight. So my dog was 20 pounds. I could do 2 drops, maintenance, be perfect. The vet said, do 3 because she's having seizures. So 3 drops did it great. So 1 drop every 10 pounds of body weight. Once a day, I say start off. If you're not getting the effect you need, you can do the same dose twice a day. And just start low and go higher just to save the money.
So for a person, 150-pound person, does the ratio, that'd be 10 drops, is the ratio, or 15 drops, does the ratios hold, do they hold the same? One drop per 10 pounds for people? With a couple
years experience, and of course 25 years experience in supplementation and helping my clients, I'm telling adult humans to start off with 10 drops a day.
Okay, 10 drops a day.
Do it once a day. Then see how things are going. But give it some time. It's not going to be like taking an aspirin. But give it some time, maybe a month or so. Say, I'm still got a little bit of stiffness, a little bit of backache. Then go ahead and go maybe 10 drops twice a day. If that does it for you, then you can hold it right there and you should be fine.
How about for sleep?
For sleep, I would say it's a general thing. You don't have to take it before bedtime. Again, there's no psychotropic effect. If you're having this as a nutrient every day, during the day, when it comes time for sleeping, the little radio towers are broadcasting a good signal, telling the body should shut down, have a deeper sleep, and get a deeper resting state. So again, it's not like you're going to take it at 10 o'clock at night and it's going to make you drowsy. It does not make you drowsy. I can take this thing first thing in the morning for my day, but the longer you're on it, you will get better sleep ongoing.
Okay, so humans can take the same product that pets can, and it's 500 drops for $79 or $59. Give out your website, and if you have a phone number that people can contact, give that out as well.
It's nwcnaturals.com. The phone number is 949-481-1265. And there is a coupon code right on the front page, welcome. If it's your first time buying, use the welcome coupon code when you check out. It'll give you an additional 10% off a single bottle. Or if you buy the pack, buy 3, get 1 free, it'll still give you 10% off the 3 you're buying. So it becomes a little more economical that way.
That's awesome. John, thank you so much. Appreciate it very much. What's the name of the product real quick?
It's called Core Hemp, because it's the core system of the endocannabinoid system. It's a total endocannabinoid system support with Core Hemp.
Great. Thank you so much, John. Appreciate you being on. Good luck with everything. The website is NWC Naturals. That's John Taylor, founder and CEO of NWC Naturals. Core Hemp is the name of the product. That's all the time we have for today, friends. Thank you so much for listening to The Bright Side. Check out our skin health products at truthtreatments.com, and all the longevity products at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. And please think about joining the Bright Side Ben team. For a one-time $30 fee, you can be in business for yourself and help spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program. Have yourselves a wonderful, beautiful, awesome, spectacular day. Thanks for listening to The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.